Right, so hi guys, we're back again and we're just going to finish up the different kinds of yeasts and their reactions. So this is part 2 on the different types of yeast. So we can see on the instant yeast that we have had some bubble formation. Now guys, I do have to admit that I think that the yeast I used was a little bit old, because normally we would have a more of a reaction than we have here. I'm just going to tap it lightly and see if we've got any bubbles that come up. But generally this one, I think that I need to change the yeast or throw this one out, so that because it should really have a better reaction than we have here. The dried yeast, if you have a look at that one, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so we can see that that's a nice yeast and will have made a lot of bubbles within a dough mixture, and we would have had a very good result from that one. The fresh yeast, even though it doesn't actually look like it has produced any CO2, I promise that within a dough mixture it will. So I'm just going to tap that. It's not showing up as nicely as it normally does. I might try that again with some fresher yeast again on another day to see, but normally you would see little bubbles coming up even though it doesn't foam. This is a characteristic of fresh yeast. It doesn't foam anywhere near as much as those two yeasts. What I might do is I might just make some bread with the fresh yeast, so that I can show you and give you an update on that. So we need to go back to our worksheet and we just need to finish up that worksheet. So you are now going to do your 30-minute observations on what happened. You can pause the video if you want to, just so that you can write exactly what was happening in each one. And then you're going to say which sample produced the most carbon dioxide and how you knew this. You are then going to go back to your hypothesis, just like the other investigation, and you are going to explain why your hypothesis was correct or wrong, or incorrect. Now guys, you know what, a hypothesis, it doesn't matter if you were correct in your hypothesis or your prediction in the beginning. We always make a prediction because sometimes that helps us with the end results. It's what we're trying to find out, and if it happens that it didn't produce that at the end of it, then it means that we have to redesign our experiment and come up with the experiment or in the investigation that is going to give us the result that we want. So there is no right and wrong hypothesis. It is just a thought process that we go through that helps us constantly improve how we work. I hope you enjoyed the investigation and now have a better understanding of yeast. I'm going to post this all online, and I will hope to speak to you soon and have you in person in a, well, not in person, but have you in a Teams meeting where we can all actually talk to one another and comment and have more of an interactive lesson. Keep well, Year 7s.